It is the Orange and Blue Report, and why not? It's week one of the college football season, and nothing like starting it off with a bang. The Orange and Blue Report is always presented by UVA Health, and I'm joined right now by defensive coordinator Kelly Poppinga. He coaches the linebackers as well for the Cavaliers. I'm Dave Kane, and K-Pop, let's get right into this thing. I mean, hey, nothing like starting off with a bang. I mean, You start the season, it's always exciting, then you throw a little conference action on top of it, and then the fact that this is a team that has seemed to have your number over the last 4 years. A Pitt team that ran the ball incredibly well against you last season, 254 yards on the ground. Obviously, these are the things that keep defensive coordinators up at night.
Oh, yeah, that's what we've been thinking about all offseason. I probably watched that game 3-4 times a week, over the offseason, no joke. And, you put that game in there and the Virginia Tech game, and just schematically, that's what our whole offense or off season has been based around, is the run game that they were doing in those games, of how to stop it, what can we do better, how can we give our guys a better chance. As far as just starting the season with Pitt, this is different than any year that we've had here. Usually we're starting off with an FCS team, and so going right into conference, great challenge, way more urgency, I think, from the team of just making sure we're putting our best product out on the field, playing for a conference championship every single week. So that opportunity to go in and, earn that right to play in December, down in Charlotte, it's going to start Saturday night, and not a better way to do it than, I think, going up there and seeing if all of our work in the offseason and playing the run is going to pay off.
Yeah, it makes it even more challenging in some ways. Look, this is a double-edged sword. They have a new offensive coordinator, Mark Whipple, so the challenge for Pitt is they have to try to integrate these things in week one against you all. Now, the challenge you have is preparing for a team that's got an entirely different new offensive coordinator and potential scheme. What has that been like trying to get ready for this game?
Yeah, I think based upon the head coach's personality there, I think, he's going to want to play great defense and run the football. And so I think that's why the new OC came in. Obviously, he has, some, run game background. They were really good at running the ball last year, so I don't think that's why they made the changes. I think they made the changes because he wanted to throw the ball a little bit better. So there's going to be a balanced attack there, which we've been preparing for based upon the stuff, the OC did at UMass. But I would anticipate a very similar run game that we've seen from Pitt in the past. They got good receivers too. I think that's the strength of their offense right now, is their receiver and their quarterback. Inexperienced O-line, inexperienced backs, even though I think the backs are good from what I've seen of them. And so, we're going to have our work cut out for us as far as just, it's not going to be just defending the run, or, you played a spread team and you're just worried about defending the pass like the South Carolina game. We're going to have to be locked in and making sure we're defending the run and defending the pass game at the highest level we can.
Yeah, this is a team that goes without 2,000-yard rushers from a season ago, 4 new offensive linemen. You touched in on that fact, but they're not the only ones that have undergone some changes. Your defense, while mostly intact, does have some new faces that we're going to see from. Tell us a little bit about how this defense figures to be different from a season ago.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it starts up front.
Yeah, I think just the depth up front, that's the biggest thing. Very comfortable with the depth that we have there, and not just players as far as just people. They're good players. They're guys that have been in games and made plays, besides the 2 freshmen. And so obviously that is going to be the biggest, I would say, upgrade from last season. But then the other experience, or the other positive that we have a lot of experience back up front. So just the front 7, it's deep. The secondary, everybody's talked about the secondary all off season. I think we know what we have there. And then the consistency of experience at linebacker is what we got to bank on, that those guys are going to go out there and reach our goal. We believe if we can keep them 3.5 or under in the run game per play, that we'll give ourselves a great chance to win this game.
He is the man with a master plan. He is the defensive coordinator for the Cavaliers, Kelly Poppinga, as he's trying to get his team ready for this week 1 showdown with the Pitt Panthers. 7:30 coming up on Saturday night. We hit the airwaves on the radio network at 6:30. We hope you can join us. But for now, that is the Orange and Blue Report presented by UVA Health.